Alrighty here. Little technical issue here. That's why the countdown was a bit weird and the stream stopped there for a second. But now we are live and it looks like everything is in order. Today we are gonna meet JaxSparrow and BrahmaticArmy, who are meeting up in the lower bracket of the majors. Let's take a look. Jax lost his first match in the upper bracket against Cuarson, 3-0. There was a lot of back and forth between them. But on the playing field, Cuarson, showed a great performance and gave Jax pretty much no chance. And now the FOC veteran player that looked to not have really reached his old potential yet finds himself down in the lower bracket playing against BrahmaticArmy, who in turn had faced up against Realm King in the first round. So that was a very difficult matchup for him, and he lost that one 3-0. And yeah, the lower bracket is harsh. One of them has to go now. One of them will have a shared last place. However, we have the so-called pit, the redemption pit, and the bottom three players, so the losers of the three first round lower bracket matches, are gonna meet in the pit for their chance at redemption. So even if they lose today, not all is lost. But it's better to not even enter the redemption pit, to not even have something you need to redeem yourself for. So both will be eager to win this one and bring their best to the table. Let's jump into the game and see whether the players are ready for our draft. All right, they have joined the lobby. Looks like they are ready to go. I'll be probably, I haven't heard something in the last couple of minutes, I'll probably be joined by Cuarson in a second too. But he had some issues getting here in time, so he will join me at some point mid-stream. And yeah, we will just have to fill him in on the details of what has transpired so far. I'm also trying to connect to the chat right now, and for some reason it's not working. Maybe I need to restart the app. Let's go. So if you are chatting right now, I can't really see that. But I'll try to fix that. Here we go. Chat is open. Okay, from here on out, I can read what you guys have to say. And looking at the bans, we have Naboo, Cuarson, and Dantooine. All right. I see BrahmaticArmy is banning maps that are complicated. So I think that makes a lot of sense for a newcomer to the majors. Because on maps like Naboo and Dantooine, experience is king. And he obviously has less experience than Jax. And Jax, on the other hand, bans Cuarson. I'm not really sure why, probably just personal preference. Because I feel as the high seed player, he can let maps in the pool like Cuarson where it's rather one-sided. I mean, it's generally assumed that the rebels are the much stronger faction on Cuarson. But if we look back at yesterday, we've seen Cuarson do a lot of good work on that map as Empire. So there are certainly ways to play Cuarson as Empire too. Yeah, and Jax doesn't want to play the map today. Let's enter the bans in the overlay, and then we can move on to the first game, the map and the faction draft. Looks like they are waiting for me to continue the drafting process. For the first one, obviously, as you can see in the drafting progress bar, the low seed player, this in this instance it's Brahmatic, has the map pick, which is, yeah, kind of scary as the low seed player in the first game, because that's a classic indeed. Because your opponent can answer with the faction pick, and faction picks, most players prefer the faction pick, because given that you can play every map okay-ish, then you at least get your favorite faction, so you just feel a lot better and can play the strategies that you prepared. Now, Geonosis is a very even map in terms of factions. Both factions have been successful in the tournament so far on Geonosis, so I wouldn't be able to predict him. He's going reps, okay. So we have Geonosis and the Rebellion. Alrighty. Things that we will want to look out for are, what are the players going to do in the bottom corner here? Because that's oftentimes the place where the most interesting stuff happens. Fix it. So the bottom right corner, whether people build turrets there, whether the Empire hard commits there in the beginning, builds their own turret to deny the other one. That's always very interesting. And then obviously, I think BrahmaticArmy, yeah, he will live or die by his ability to attack Jax's base mine. Because Jax is a veteran player that knows to attack the enemy mines. He will not forget to do that. He will not play strategies that do not involve attacking the enemy base mine. So I see that BrahmaticArmy only really has a chance if he has adapted the quote-unquote majors playstyle, the proper effective playstyle of killing all your opponent's mines and not going for map control before you kill them. So economy is king in an RTS, and EW is no different there. So I'm hoping, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed for BrahmaticArmy to be able to yeah, to adopt that mindset to get the opponent to 0 mines. With Jax having typed in red and now he's blue, so looks like they have changed it now to the correct ordering with the colors, with what they registered. So yeah, if the players are ready, we are ready. Hello, Army. Waving your hand there. And yeah, I'm super curious just to see how BrahmaticArmy plays. Also to see how Jax plays. Oh, is that a Cuarson?
It is.
Hello, Cuarson. You come just at the right time. You can join the game in-game, actually, if you're quick.
Yep, my game's launching right now. Sorry about that. I was just waiting on somebody, and you know, as women traditionally do, they took 5 times as long as they said they were going to.
Okay, classic. All right, I can fill you in so far. We have bands. We had...
Yep, I saw.
Oh,
yep,
you saw everything? Perfect,
yep.
perfect.
I saw everything except the result of the last match.
There was no last match.
Oh, so it didn't even get... Oh, we didn't even start the match. Okay.
No. We are... Geonosis is the first mod. We are at 0-0 and just waiting to start.
Perfect.
Jax has picked Rebels.
Nice.
And he has...
I'm just psyched because these back-to-back games, something I don't know if you said it on the stream because I didn't get to listen to all of it, but these back-to-back games are going to put our first 2 people in the pit.
That's true. That's true.
So the loser of this one gets thrown in the pit.
And
so
then
I'm stoked about that.
And then we have Sky Guy against 3-1 G-Man after that one, right? So the loser of that one is the next guy. Maybe Sky Guy is the next guy. Maybe we have G-Man dropping down. But for now, we look at BrahmaticArmy and JaxSparrow. I think everyone is ready. Let's start this one and not waste any more time.
You fixed the delay, right?
What do you mean by fixed? It's a proper life delay.
Good.
Yep. No stream sniperinos here.
Pretty standard start from both players. Besides this little sloppy here. But other than that, oh, Jax is building that missile turret in mid.
Okay, I like that. It's a very solid way to go. You have a lot of vision there, a lot of map control. It's not something that is prone to errors. First,
Right.
Brahmatic is calling in everything in the center here. Interesting, but he is going for the basement. I like that. Oh, it would be so funny if he actually just copied my IPV strategy.
Oh man, he's hard committing. And Mitt did also invest in the laser turret bot right.
And yeah, two mines in the center, so that's actually Scythe's go-to tactic here. I'm just hard building both mines, and we see Jax coming in with next wing to do some double damage. But it feels like he's really slow on the base mine though. It's only at half health right now.
Which is a shame too, because the base mine didn't go up as quick as it should have. Yeah, he's not microing his S foils properly.
Okay, so slight micro problem here on Jax's end. And the mines went up, both of them, so Brahmatic is going to have a lot of units on the field in a moment.
Right. But Brahmatic is also taking a sweet time with the rebel base mine. I almost
yeah.
think a bomber might have been better in this situation. That way he could dump the rest of his fighters on defending his mid. Because I think the strategy of double building mid really comes down to being able to defend them and trim off the X-Wings before they hit critical mass. Oh, what's going on? Oh no, did he have TIE fighters stick together?
No, now he's turning around.
Man.
That's so, oh yeah. Now it's done. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
But I think the bomber for the base mine might have helped him keep fighters in the middle.
Looks like Mid wants to build bottom right. Jax, sorry. We need to use his new name. Yeah, and he builds it, and Brahmatic has a TIE fighter there, but it's not checking right now if you look at the minimap.
The question is, will Brahmatic instantly rebuild this?
I hope that when he sees the X-Wings, he's going to rebuild it, yeah.
Good, that's good. But his TIE fighter is just sitting there taking damage. That's a lot of X-Wings already. And Jax has the mine going up. I think this game's already looking very ogre. There's just too many X-Wings on the field.
I think you're spot on with that. Brahmatic needs to do something to destroy the base mine earlier, because that's his advantage. He binds the rebel player in the center. IPV, bottom right.
Nice. Oh, but he's letting the IPV. Oh no!
Back to his old habits of attacking turrets before he attacks the mines.
What's worse is he was out of range of the turret.
And now he isn't even firing because the angle is wrong. Now he turns.
Oh no, now it's going to the mine. No! It literally positioned itself to get ass blasted.
Deactivated its own shields, went into the range of the turret, did no damage to the turret because it's only shields, and is now getting destroyed.
His base mine did go up, but it'll quickly die.
But Jax is just... What is Jax doing?
His X-Wing started dogfighting before that too, and they're dogfighting again.
Okay, nice.
So he might have been paying attention elsewhere on the map.
Nice, managed to do it. Oh, interesting.
Empire is choosing to put up missile turret in mid.
Indeed. And
calling in more. Okay, he's trying to clear out his base mine. Empire player does not have enough money to build a mine, though, do they?
Yeah. Jax is now denying the pirates. He doesn't want to see another IPV. Oh, and the TIE fighters in the middle are in range of the... Oh, now they fly away. Okay.
Oh, back into his own missile turret. Ooh.
So what would Brahmatic need to do to win this game? Because right now I feel like Jax is in a very nice position. He has turret control of the bottom right corner. He has a winning dogfight at his own base. He has 3 X-Wings in the center that can hunt for TIE fighters. And he's also denying the Empire base mine.
To answer your question, I think Brahmatic just needs to get lucky. He needs to get a mine up without... the only mine he could possibly try to get up would be his base mine without Jax noticing. But Jax has X-Wings here, so I don't see a way out for Brahmatic, especially now that the Rebel base mine is going up, which Jax did make sure that he had enough money to build a mine for a while, and that's why he cleared out that mine. Where I think Brahmatic had a chance to quick sneak in a mine at one point, but he doesn't have the credits for it.
Yeah. I think it's actually pretty promising. I think Brahmatic's start was nice. I think Jax made mistakes in unit micro at the start. Yeah, there was just a slight... Yeah, what was it in the end? Was it an error in strategy on only using 4 TIE fighters at
I
Jax's
think it was
baseline?
I think it was the mix. I think he tried to do 2 different strategies at the same time, and like, as Scythe would say, when you do something like this, you have to hard commit to it. And the big advantage of the double mines is being able to defend it and just trimming off the X-Wing, stopping them from getting critical mass. And you can't do that if you're also using fighters to attack the base mine, because then you just don't have the fighters for the middle. I think starting with a fighter and then a TIE bomber would allow the bomber to kill the base mine, then the other fighters in the middle. But then again, I always lose on Geonosis, so who knows?
No, but I think you're right. I think you're right. The middle mines make the X-Wings occupied, right? So Bomber is a very safe bet in attacking the base mine. It's faster than the 4 X-Wings would have, TIE Fighters would have been. And he would have had 2 more TIE Fighters on the map to defend mid with.
And it adds the mental advantage too, because the Rebel player then has 3 areas of the map they have to be looking at and microing properly. They have to be microing the base mine correctly, they have to be paying attention to the middle mine, trying to get the double damage on it, and they have to micro and kill the bomber
They will
before
even...
it hits their supply dock.
Exactly, they will have to drop by X-Wing to defend the supply dock too, right? So that's another thing that actually defends the middle indirectly, right?
Mm-hmm. Because you're pulling X-Wings away, and again, keeping them from being critical mass.
We have a 0-1 HP X-Wing here. Actually doing work. Oh. Still has shields. Still has shields. You see the blue effect.
You see this dogfight here? 1 X-Wing versus 1 TIE. Yeah, that's
I'm
what you're talking about.
right now. It's the most important thing. We see a mine going up in the center, but this is way more exciting. Shields.
This looks like when
double hit on the shields.
This looks like Boba Fett fighting Boba Fett.
That was a hit on. Wow!
Oh!
Actually won.
Whoa!
No shield upgrade.
That was he said GG. It was that 1 X-Wing keeping him in the game. He said GG right when that happened.
He was probably zoomed in on that one too. Just
somebody clip that. Somebody clip that, please.
All right. 1-0 lead for Jax on this one, but pretty promising for Brahmatic, I think. Now, Jax has to pick the map now. He banned Cuarson. You have played against him, so what do you think is a map that he might want to pick in this situation now?
I think he likes Endor.
It's in the pool. So that's probably something. Yeah, I'm with you there. I think Endor is likely. And no, Botherwee instead. This is something I like very much. I love seeing games on Botherwee. I don't know why. I just like watching Botherwee.
Interesting.
And Brahmatic with Empire.
If Bobo's here, he'd be flaming the Bothan pick right now.
It tends to be... we've talked about this before. The map is weird. In different skill brackets, there's different factions that are preferable. And I personally think that at the very top level, it's kind of faction independent. It's more decision making. But I can see Empire being the stronger faction here with a very defendable base mine and very clustered center line on the map. So we'll see how Jax can use the speed advantage of the X-Wings to his advantage here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. It helps if you click the right map.
Ah, you did the Cuarson maneuver.
I was watching the mini map up left when I was talking about the map, and something was wrong, but I couldn't quite point at it, and yeah, it was a wrong map.
Maybe because I have the wrong planet in the background.
All the maps get smeared into one if you play too much EW. All right. Just waiting for the players now. Anything you expect to see on this map?
I think maybe Jax will take advantage of Brahmatic's slower starts and try to just rush a turret on both sides. Yes, acclimator when ready.
Indeed, that's how we do it. Did they acclimator? No, Jax is still waiting on his acclimator, still tagging up. Maybe he doesn't find the acclimator in the build bar because he's rebels. Now he did.
Ah, there we go.
Very nice. Good luck. And
That's
have
okay.
fun.
It's just going to sync on start anyways.
Did you just
I'd prefer not.
Did you just inverse jinx it?
Maybe it won't now.
200 IQ threats. All right, we're in. It's Bothui, and we have Jax start completely going to the left side. Very interesting. Nothing on the right side, and restart. So maybe that wasn't the preferred strategy for him. Interesting. Okay.
You don't have to ask. We all get one restart, so you can just type re or whatever you prefer.
May I politely ask to play that one again? But that would probably be more. Yeah, that would probably be more BrahmaticArmy.
Oh yes,
he's always very, very
Brand.
well worded.
Yep, each player gets one redo. So that's fine. I used my redo yesterday versus Realm, where I was going to lose the game. I don't know if you saw that, lady, or if you recall, because it was so late.
Yeah, I saw it. I was lying in bed watching on the phone.
I left the mine like a frame too early, and I couldn't build my base mine. I was like, no, because everything else felt great but my start.
Yeah, your match is the basis for some discussion, definitely. But we have to watch this one and talk about your one.
Okie dokie. I was just talking about restarts in general. Use them when you need to.
Yeah. So what is he doing differently this time?
Oh, he's going for the right side.
And he's gone for the right side. He's not even bonking into the station too much, so that is nice. Yeah, and Brahmatic going for both of the outer sides, so he will probably use his first TIE fighter to go for his own base mine.
Is it faster to do that, or is it faster to call the first fighter for this side?
It's what you said is faster.
Okay,
oh no, he misclicked. I would give him the re because they had no enemy contact yet, but he's not even asking for it, it seems.
Who misclicked?
Brahmatic, he went back with this fighter.
Oh no. He had the drag box, not the drag box glitch, the like units sticking together glitch.
Yeah.
It's also unfortunate when he warped in his TIE fighter here, he was in range of the mine, and then when it finished the hyperspace in, it was sitting just outside the range of the mine, so we had to recapture it again.
So bad start already. Brahmatic is committing on the right side. I don't like that because the laser turret will just gonna destroy these TIE fighters. It's by far not enough TIE fighters. Top left side, we have no turret. Is this? Oh, it's just invisible X-wings for me. But yeah.
So I haven't seen Jax checking either of the middle mine, so maybe
he sees
Brahmatic
this one.
Could sneak one of those. Okay, now he does.
So that's fine.
But he's conscious of them then.
Honestly, the dogfights are all in favor for the rebels right now. Brahmatic is spread very thin. I'm missing a couple of TIE fighters right now. In terms of, yeah, just time elapsed, right?
Right. I think he's saving them for the base mine.
Yeah, he's going there, but he's being chased.
Oh, yeah. It's not showing up on the minimap for me because it's invisible on my end.
Will he even
Ormy
arrive
says
there?
rename Bothan Frenzy to Sink Frenzy.
We might do that in the future.
Oh, man. Oh, man. And is he going to warp anything else in here? Or is that just... Oh, man. Oh, the... Oh.
Oh, wow.
Eek. Everything's invisible for me.
Same. Oh, me too.
Oh, the X-Wing, the Bomber, and the TIE Fighters are all invisible.
Yeah, that
And
bomber
this TIE
didn't work.
Fighter's invisible too! What? Is there like... Is this area of the map bugged?
No. But
There's 4 separate units over here that are just invisible.
but that attack didn't really work out. What Brahmatic would have needed to do is call his bomber at the bottom side of the mine, out of the range of the turret, right? And not directly in front of the turret.
Right. Especially not with an X-Wing squadron sitting right there.
Yeah, exactly. Now we have the rebel mine going up in the bottom right. Brahmatic is going there, but it's gonna take some time.
His base mine's going to die pretty quick though to all these invisible X-Wings.
Where are they? Oh!
At the base mine. I'm telling you, there's so many invisible units on this game. What's going on?
What's going on?
That's like 6 or 7?
I like how they become visible when they spin away.
Now, do you think... Are these invisible for the players too?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, good.
You sometimes have...
he did put the bomber on the bottom this time.
Nice.
But he's not microwing his bombers, so it's going to path... Oh, no.
I was happy for a second. It was already better than last time.
Ooh, and he's trying to sneak a middle mine, but it's going to get caught.
Oh, yeah. Jax is going to see it.
Ooh, he's going to give it a high five as he flies by it.
Sir, there's a suspicious structure to our right.
Oh, man. That's unfortunate. I mean, lucky for Brahmatic. Oh, we're doing the drive-by. He's driving back. Oh, how funny would it be if he passed right by it again?
Okay, now he found it.
Okay. Oh, but it finished building. Oh, man. And Brahmatic caught this mine building and killed it with bombers. That's pretty exciting.
Oh, I actually missed that. Is this like everything invisible? Is that what's happening? I look at the minimap usually to find out where stuff is happening, but I just don't see nothing.
Right, that's what's been throwing me aloof too. Rebellion is trying to build this mine. Rebellion's still holding onto their base mine with just a little bit of help. And oh man, if he doesn't work something else in here.
Brahmatic could just build a turret, but he's not going there. He's going for the dogfight instead. He could rebuild his base mine instead.
He could move that TIE bomber up to that mine that he just saw.
Where is the TIE Oh, it's dead.
Well, yeah, now it's dead. There is too many X-Wings on the field now.
But at least it's a visible X-Wing, so I'm happy with that.
If this game was to sync right now, since this is a map for taking, I would say that this is like 95-5. Because he has Jax has 3 mines. He has firepower upgrade, mine upgrade. He has at least 7 X-Wings on the field.
Oh,
if you count the invisible one.
This could be a problem because MIT's just coming in, and if Brahmatic's building this, then that might hurt. But where is Jax going right now? Is he going for the station?
Ooh. Ooh.
Supply dock.
He doesn't have enough X-Wings for that.
No, he doesn't.
Oh! Yeah, it'll be tough.
He shouldn't have.
Oh, he has some more. Because there's invisible ones too.
With these, it's enough. Okay.
Yep.
So we got reinforcements. Now, Brahmatic, do something. Defend, build a mine. Oh, he found this one now.
Yeah, but this is going up too. There's 2 invisible X-Wings in middle too that are patrolling. Oh man, please catch those, Jax. You can get that. Oh, come on. Oh man. Yep. Oh!
He didn't deactivate his S-Folds, but it's all the same. Yep.
There's the concessions. That's 2-0.
Yeah, Brahmatic had a very late base mine. And then he just lacked units on the field. He was sitting on 1.3k credits for a long time. Caught his first bomber in a precarious position. So yeah, not very refined gameplay on Botherby. Looks like it wasn't his strongest map here. So yep, good pick for Jax in that sense. All right, looks like they don't want to leave. So
Enemy space station has been upgraded.
we're just gonna watch this. And is this a sync error? Waiting for BrahmaticArmy. Maybe he just left the game and yeah, I'm just gonna quit. That's fine. All right, so we have a 2-1 lead, 2-0 lead now for Jax. Looks to be in the driver's seat now. And Cuarson, are you still there? Awfully quiet.
Sorry. Nope, I was just reading.
Okay, that's fine. But I see a lot of promising things from Brahmatic. I think he's in a very interesting position because he didn't really expect to get in the majors in his first tournament. And then somehow he performed really well in the group stages and somehow he just made the majors. And now he's here and he has to perform against people that are infinitely more experienced than he is. And considering the circumstances, I think he does a really good job. And yeah, he can be proud for just reaching the majors in this case. And yeah, even if he ends up losing here, which looks to be the likely outcome, then he would still have the redemption pit to prove himself against other players in the same situation. And on the other hand, reverse sweep comeback now. What do you think?
Maybe.
And Vernie, nope, we are not gonna do a sync answer on this one. It was clearly in Brahmatic's favor. What are you talking about?
Okay, there's the Endor. I think that Jax is going to pick Empire here. Yep,
Oh,
he
yeah.
does.
That was quick. Did you play Endor against him?
Nope, I don't think I did.
So,
I just know that that's one of the maps he likes to play.
One of his favorite maps.
What did I play against? I don't remember what I played against him. I know he played Polis.
Right. All right. Now, I know that BrahmaticArmy has played Rebels on this map before, successfully. And... yeah, let's just jump in and see, right? All right, here we go.
Ooh, is this a redo from Brahmatic?
It was kind of slow, but I don't think
there
it's
we go.
Yeah,
Good.
restart lag. Okay.
I would. I absolutely would.
If it's potentially the last game, you might as well. I think they're actually right, because when I clicked quit, it took like 2 seconds until I left the game. So I think that was their ping.
Should I hop out and you just stream it to me on Discord?
No, the last one was fine. It's just a redo.
Okay.
I'm not gonna...
not gonna punish Dramatic for that.
Yeah, exactly. That was a 2-second ping in game, so... we're just gonna restart that one, and let's go. This time, okay, this is quick, no lag right now, and much better
start from Dramatic. Yep. Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he's getting both. It's fine. Same over here for Jax, getting both the turret and the mine at the same time.
So I'm curious to see what strategy we're going to see in the middle here from the Rebellion player. Is he going to build the turret?
Yep.
And is he going to pass through? Is he going to do the attack on the base mine?
Looks like he's going the upper way.
Ooh, is Jax gonna? Oh man, does he see Jax is building the turret?
He has vision of it, definitely.
Yes, this is the right move, I think. No, okay. Ah! Well, I guess as long as he makes his turret attack, well, I think the turret will automatically attack. 'Cause there's nothing for it to not shoot
exactly. There's nothing else to shoot at.
Yeah, I mean, so that's some money Jax just threw away.
Yeah, Brahmatic running directly into the laser turret. He actually lost all his fighters before he even shot at the mine. And he calls the fighters in range of the turret. Ah.
What's going on here?
Oh no.
Do we call a redo over this?
No, he needs to watch the map.
What? Why does this happen though?
I don't know, but it sometimes just happens. That turrets do not auto-echo.
No, it did. It was firing at first, and then it stopped when it stopped firing when the turret finished building. When the other one did.
Oh, because the turret under construction technically is a different unit. So it still searches for the old unit, right?
Yes.
I guess that's something that you as a player will have to get used to, I guess. If it's a game mechanic, it's not a bug in that sense.
It's pretty lame though.
It is. Unfortunate Y-Wing here. Shoots at everything in its path, but gets destroyed early. So that attack on the Empire basement didn't really work out for Brahmatic here. Bottom left is a losing dogfight. Bottom right, he lost his mine. This is over before it really started, if I dare say so.
Yeah, this just... As a spectator, that tilts me. Because Jax made the wrong decision there and ended up benefiting from it.
Yeah, indeed.
That's a little tilting. All right,
there's the
Brahmatic,
GG. Wow, yeah. But it's the correct call. He can do nothing now. He has no money, he has no units, he has no map control. Nothing. 2 minutes 45 on my clock here. Wow. Alrighty. 3-0 victory for Jax. Is probably something that many have predicted. But still, it will be interesting to hear from the players. So I'm gonna get them in here. They are both open for an interview if I've asked them before. So I'm gonna drag them in now. Oh, I hear the game in the background. Hello, guys. Hello, Jax. Hello, BrahmaticArmy.
Hello.
That last one was a quick one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very impressed with his Geonosis game. It was really good.
Okay, Cuarson, why don't you start the interview while I get the overlay working here?
Sure. First map is what? Was it Geo?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about Geo. Brahmatic, what was the plan you had in your head when you decided to build both of those mines in the middle?
Well, it was mostly a reaction to what happened when I played Realm as Empire and just flew by the middle, and then he just built it up. And essentially that move proved costly because then he was getting income. My micro was not that great against Realm, and it wasn't the best today. I haven't had lots of time to practice because I'm borrowing a setup. Shout out to Comrade Mason. One of the fellow competitors is loaning me a setup temporarily. But essentially, I knew that I needed to keep getting income, so I knew that he was probably going to focus on my base mine, then come down to the middle and deal with it afterwards, because that generally tends to be the standard Rebel strat on Geonosis. So I went with that as a result.
Geo?
Yeah. I thought your strategy on Geonosis was pretty sound. It just was kind of what Cuarson said in-game, kind of a mix of two strategies with go all TIE fighters on the base mine, where the target usually is to get a lot of TIE fighters to overwhelm the enemy, and then the building both mines in the middle to provide too many targets for the opponent to be maybe able to defend that. But then you don't have the money to go for the TIE fighter mass. So probably a bomber at the enemy base mine would have been the right call instead of 4 TIE fighters. Maybe a bomber and 2 TIE
Right.
fighters, so that you have a bomber to attack and you have 2 TIE fighters to defend the center. But in theory, I thought your thought process was very sound on that map, and that looked very promising.
Thank you. My original intention was actually to use an IPV on the base mine, but by the time my TIE fighter arrived, I was still building the IPV. So instead, when I checked bottom right and happened to catch him building the base mine, then I was able to use the IPV.
I have something to comment on the IPV. I think you've kind of realized that towards the end, your IPV was firing on my laser turret at first instead of firing on the mine. That cost you a little bit of time, and I think that was one thing I saw.
Indeed, one thing that really cost me, and it's a bad tendency. It's something I got to fix in my gameplay. I double click a lot while I'm giving orders, but that also inadvertently selects units that aren't in the same location. So I think there's actually a point in the battle where I'm attacking your base mine, and then I assign an order somewhere else, and then I look and suddenly I just see my TIE fighters flying away from your base mine when it was like on 2% health, and I was just like, "What are you doing?" It will look pretty comedic on my end. But yeah, that's something I got to fix in my micro.
No, yeah, we noted that on stream, and I think I pointed out that that's probably exactly what happened. It's very frustrating when the units stick together like that. One tip Lany gave me, because I've had the same issue a lot too, is sometimes you get like putting commands through too quick to like actually purposely wait a second after you select a unit to move things, which again stinks, but what are you gonna do about it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Lany, want to go into game 2?
Yeah, let's go on to game 2. We had the bother we pick then, which surprised Cuarson and myself a bit, because we were maybe thinking like maybe Endor, because it seemed like you liked the map. What makes you want to play Botherby in that situation?
For some reason, like I don't know like what it is between like FOC and EOW, but I tend to like Botherby a lot. I played a lot of 2-on-2s on that map, and it's also an EW, a map where knowing how to play it like in teams, like 2-on-2 adds to your ability to play it 1-on-1. I just like how spread out it is and like how many different things you can build potentially, and I just like that aspect of the map. It's a big map, so like there's just I like big maps overall. Like the small micro intensive ones are a little bit. I think I might be better at macro than I don't really know. I've gone better at micro too with the X-wings, locking the S-foils, using the hotkeys. I added all that into my gameplay. I used to never do that at all.
All right. Yeah. Well, what was the turning point on Botherby? I felt like your basement went up pretty late. Is that a deliberate thing, or did something not work out there?
Yeah, something didn't work out there. I had a micro issue with my starting TIE fighters getting to the turrets, so I had to adjust that. And in that 1 second, I was just like, "Oh frick! I have to build the base mine," and then it ended up getting delayed. Also, I didn't really warp in the TIE right where I wanted to. I think I might change my approach to or start to Botherby, use a starting unit for that mine instead. Normally, I drop a reinforcement, but there are limits to what you can do with that. So
yeah, I personally think the quickest way to go about things is to use your starting unit for the base mine, the other starting unit for the bottom right side, and the first unit that you build for the left side. That should be overall the quickest strategy.
Indeed.
All right. One thing, just watching the clock, we officially have the next match in 5 minutes, so we should not linger too long on this one. So yeah, we had Botherby. The start was pretty slow, and then you kind of were on the back foot. There were a few unfortunate things in attacking Jax's base mine with calling in the bomber right beside the turret and getting shredded immediately.
That was ill-fated, indeed.
Yeah, indeed. And yeah, Endor. it was the first thing we mentioned. That was over basically before it started. Nothing really worked out there. Was it nerves? Did you really feel like you were against elimination at that point?
I didn't really feel pressured by the situation, but I certainly didn't handle it the way I would have wanted to. It's just a screw up. I dealt with pressure. I mean, I don't really have much because I'm a 15 seed, so there's not much to expect from me. So that kind of gives me a mental advantage.
Okay, yeah.
But outside of that, it just comes down to execution for me, which the execution's lacking. And I think when I get my computer back and I could actually start practicing on a more consistent basis, I can improve that aspect of my gameplay. Not that I'm making excuses. Jax did play Endor really well.
No, I think that assessment is realistic. There's a lot of nice budding gameplay elements in what you do. And really all you need is a bit more practice, a bit more experience. And you are not completely out of things because you're out of the majors, but you enter the pit with doing so, right? So you have a chance to redeem yourself against others in the same spot that you are now. So there is definitely something where it's worth practicing for a little bit.
Yeah, I look forward to that. I look forward to the next match because I think the winner of Sky Guy versus G-Man could be very decisive in who has the best chance of winning the Redemption Pit. I don't know. I haven't seen Meteor or Captain Patty's gameplay, so I can't speak to that quite yet. But certainly, I think G-Man or Sky are strong contenders for that title. So.
Yeah, that's actually a perfect segue, right, Cuarson? Because G-Man and Sky is the match we have coming now. So, yeah, let's wrap this up here. Maybe enter the results into the challenge page. A link to that is below the video. And see what your next matchup is, Jax. And it will be Ormila, actually. What do you think of that opponent?
I have practiced with him a lot, so I mean, I know how he plays. He did beat me 2 years ago, so we'll see how it goes this time.
All right. Yeah, Ormi had a very close match with Scythe in the upper bracket, but ultimately lost out. You have maybe started your run through the lower bracket. I hope you keep at it. And yeah, see both of you soon. And we will cut this stream now at this point. Thank you everyone for tuning in. We will be back in a couple of minutes. Depends on when the players arrive, but officially the timing should be in 2 minutes. So I don't know, in 5 to 10 minutes we should be back. See you soon.